What's going on, everybody? This is Al from PlaybookGamer.com, and today we're going to look at the Rice Spread Option Playbook in College Football 26. This is the Wingback offense. This is going to be one of the more popular playbooks in the game. All the Wingback stuff is pretty much in this playbook. There are a couple of other ones that have maybe a formation here and there, but if you want to run basic flex bone triple option, but from pistol and the shotgun with more spread out formations, this is the playbook for you. So we're going to go over the formations, concepts, play types, and personnel. And hopefully by the end of the video, you have a good idea of what this playbook is all about. Now, before we dive into the formations, I want you to pay attention to the players in the formations. Let's go actually to the depth chart. We'll go right here and let's just look and see who we got. Look at the numbers for all these these players. So here's the quarterback. He's number 5. Pay attention to the halfback. So we got number 3, number 10, and then number 21. Go to the fullback. We got number 49. He's technically a tight end, but for the fullback purposes, he is number 49. And you look at wide receiver, 17, 1, 80, 11, and 81, and then you got number 6 all the way down here. Pay special attention to number 6. The reason why I'm bringing this up, they got these guys all over the place. And you look at the tight end, that's still number 49 right there. So let's back out and head into our first formation, full house. So you kind of have a rough idea of who these players are because they're going to be moving all over the place. So full house, this is technically a 3-back look. This has been around for a long time. Dana Holgerson used this quite a bit when he was at Oklahoma State running the air raid and whatnot. But let's talk about the wingback stuff. Wingback double tight. This is technically I guess you'd call it a 23 personnel formation. But in this case, we got the halfback, we got 2 receivers. See, there's that number 6. He's like the number 6 guy on the list. They may call him as a gadget player. I should have looked at that earlier, but there's the tight end, 49. There's, again, 17, the receiver, 86 is a tight end. Weird personnel groupings all over the place. Then we got wingback tight. You're throwing a wide receiver out wide. Then we got basic wingback. Your entire offense is built around this formation right here. We'll go back to it shortly. Then we got wingback slot. Number 10, if I'm not mistaken, he's a halfback. But now look where the fullback is at. He is now behind the quarterback. And our number 1 halfback is at number 3. He's back at the normal A-back position in the flexbone offense. You know, it's clear as mud. I get it. It's, you know, it's kind of confusing. But again, these guys are just moving all over the place, and I got all the packages set up as default. Then we got wingback trips. You're just moving that slot guy over. Now we got wingback spread. Well, it's just basic pistol spread. Then we got full house again. So let's go through. I'm going to go and highlight a few of these formations. Let's go to wingback. So like I said, this is what it's all about. Triple option. I'm going to go ahead and call one just to do like a random. Just forgive me if I don't make this look good. I'm not the best when it comes to triple option or any of these options in general. I'm going to go ahead and keep this. Let's see if I can pitch it. Yeah, we had some room there. Let's see if I can get something there. Either way, this is what it's all about. You're just running triple option from a lot of these, but you're using wide receivers and whatnot, or you can use halfbacks, but you got PA verticals on top of that. You got other type of triple. You got triple option weak, lead read option. You got basic dive, more play action, and you're going to notice it's going to be kind of one thing or another. It's either going to be basic running or going over the top. There's not a lot of middle ground here in this attack. More triple option. Notice we got 21 plays in this formation alone. We got basic speed option. That's more my speed. Then we got shovel option. A lot of shovel in this playbook. So again, everything is just kind of built around this. So you go off your best players, your fastest dudes, whether it's at like number 6 or, you know, your top halfback, number 3. You built that offense around those guys, and you pick the formations that fit that. Because if you go to some of these other ones, you're going to find the similar concepts. Look, there's just more triple option, read option, more read, more triple, more read. That's one little downside to this playbook. There's not a lot of variation in run concepts. Like when I'm thinking the flexbone triple option, I'm thinking like a lot of rocket toss, A-back sweeps, things of that nature. There's not a lot of that in here, so just kind of keep that in mind. And again, you can go to wing pistol spread if you really need to spread them out, but I do want to point this out right here. Thankfully, in the pistol spread, we can do more jet sweep stuff. So again, there's just a lot of motion in this offense. So what I want to do is just go back. I'll just go ahead and show you some of the pre-snap motion. Pretty much any of the wingback formations is going to have it. You see right here, we got some motion. going on right there. You go to wingback tight, it's going to be the same thing. We've already looked at basic wingback. You can go to wingback slot. I don't think we actually have any there. And wingback trips, we don't have any there either. But the bulk of these are going to have some motion built into it. Now, the bulk of the offense is actually in the shotgun. I'm going to go back to the very beginning here. And just there's really no difference between these formations than the pistol, other than your quarterback and halfbacks moved around a little bit. The concepts are still kind of the same thing. But let's look at these formations. Wingback tight X split. Really no different than that pistol version we saw. Then we got tight offset, the same thing. And then we got wing slot offset. That's more normal. I'm seeing a couple tight ends out there, a couple receivers in the halfback. Then we got wingback wing stack weak, the fifth. That's a long worded there. Just a weak version of that. And then we get into wingback off trips, but pay attention to number 6 right there. He's a wide receiver, yet they got him at tight end, because when you select that, look, it's triple option, but with receivers. That's about the simplest way I can, describe the wingback. It's triple option with receivers, just a lot of it, and just a little bit different format. Okay, let's keep going. We got wing back over. You're just moving a couple other guys around. Now we're back to a 2x2 look right here, but guess what? There's that number 6. He is in that little A-back position. Then we got double Z close. And then we got doubles. Then we got Y off trips. This is now becoming to be more normal spread stuff we're used to seeing. Y trips weak, offset weak there. Then we got wing trips weak. Now we got spread, no different than the pistol one, except we're in the gun here. But notice, where is our top halfback? It's so funny how College Football 26 does this at times. Number 10 is our number 2 halfback. I think they treat him as the third down halfback, if I'm not mistaken. Like, I'm going to fool around with some of these sub packages. See, there you go. Strong slot. It puts number 3 out there. Then you can move some of these other ones around. Then you got the slot gadget. Again, the gadget is very important in 26 now. You can really move some dudes around with that. Then you got gadget at halfback and things of that nature. But I just wanted to point that out. Always pay attention to where these players are located. Spread flex, it's kind of the same thing, but your tight ends out there now at 49 there in the right slot. Trey 4 wide receiver. So we got a lot of 4 wide stuff, which I think is really cool. It's something you probably wouldn't expect in an offense like this. But empty bunch wide. And then we got 5 wide receiver Trey. So even though it's all about this wingback stuff, you still got to pay attention to the personnel groupings and whatnot, which we'll cover here in a minute. I think there's a lot of good variation in here, but I just want to go ahead and cover, again, it's the same stuff. Triple option. You got duo, more triple. We're going to cover some of the passing concepts a little bit later, but I do want to show you some more of the pre-snap motion. Here's some basic jet sweep stuff, as you see right there. And then we got double cross. That's a good exit motion. Those are always fun. I'm actually going to call that. Let's go up against like a random nickel. So this is a pretty cool play. I love mesh. I love shallow cross, and just getting a little wheel route going there. I hate when this happens. For some reason, these plays do not let me snap the ball, and I don't know why. I'm going to try this one more time. This happened to me in the LSU video. Let's try that again. Let's go up against this random right there. I'm going to hit the X button. We're going to snap it. There we go. Atta kid. Get out there. All right, so now, again, it's just basic mesh with a shallow cross. Takes a while for him to get open. I'm going to go to this guy right here. Good little play, and you're just off and running. But again, it's all tons of motion in this playbook, which I think is just fantastic. I love that stuff. But let's keep going. We got any more pre-snap motion here? We got a little tight end motion right there. Wing back, wing stack weak. Some really fun stuff here. More triple option, just a lot of window dressing. More triple. You got some load, inside zone. We got outside zone. So this is a really fun one. I'm actually going to call this one. Let's go up against like a random 4-2-5. So you keep throwing triple at him. You're throwing inside zone. Then you sneak in a little outside zone if you need to. Really cool there. Again, you're just throwing some weird looks at him, trying to trick him. This kind of has a Delaware, like a wing tee kind of vibe to it in some of its concepts and whatnot. I really like. Except without all the guard split and pulling action and whatnot. Wingback off trips, again, it's just kind of the same stuff. I hate to keep saying it, but it's just more sweeps, more option, more triple, more option, more triple, more option, more triple. Wingback over, I love the quads look. Now, this isn't a quads look, but you can make a quads look with some of this pre-snap motion, as you see right here, which is really cool. Wingback doubles off weak. We got some like orbit motion, which I think is just really fun. You even got an RPO built off of that. I'm going to go ahead and call that RPO because it just looks sexy. Let's go here. I'm going to go there, and let's just see. Let's see if this will work. So I don't know what the deal is. See, when I back out, my button doesn't work. Somebody's got to put in the comments, what's the deal here? I don't know what it is. Is my X button not working? I don't know. But for some reason, I think it may be a glitch. Just don't back out in Coach Cam and you'll be fine. See, I didn't back out into Coach Cam and we're good there. So let's see what I'm calling here. He's wide open, but I didn't get the play off in time. Either way, I think I figured out what the problem is. Just don't open up in Coach Cam, and you'll be able to snap the ball. EA, please fix that. All right, let's just keep going really quickly. We got another jet sweep, doubles. We got more jet sweep. We've got any other pre-snap motion here? Nope. What about Y-off trips? We got some swing motion in there, more swing. Just notice about a lot of these formations have so much motion, but not every one of them. You got a Z motion right there. Again, I love mesh. Wide trio offset weak. We got more Z motion there. What about wing trips weak? Do we got any in here? Spread flex. This is classic Urban Meyer, Florida shotgun spread option type stuff right there with like Percy Harvin, really good stuff. You keep on going. I think that's it. Most of these empty formations don't have any, except this one. We do got some more jet sweep. So just think a lot of jet sweep, orbit, option. That's just kind of the gist of this entire offense. I actually want to go over to personnel next and just notice the variety here. I'm going to start at the very bottom. We got the 5 wide receiver look. We got some 4 wide receivers if you need that, plenty right here. Then we got plenty of 11, which is pretty typical in most of these offenses. Wing 12 personnel, you got a little bit here if you need it. 21, you really don't have any other than your clock. 23, if you really need to get big, you can go wingback double tight. Then you got 30. This is the most common, so there you go. You got your basic wingback and some other ones built into it, but a lot of that is built into your pistol formations, as you can tell. But notice when I quickly go through these, look at all these players moving around. They just move them all over the place, which I think is just really cool. 31, you got a little bit in there, and you just got your QB kneel. So again, a nice variety, but I think we all kind of get an idea of where these players are located. All right, let's talk about plays a little bit more. This is a good way to kind of get a gist of what this playbook is all about. You notice here, we always got more pass than anything else, but we got almost as much option as we do basic runs. That's expected in this type of offense. We got about 21 RPOs, which is not a bad number, but you don't pick this offense to run RPOs per se, but they're in there if you need it. I do want to point out a couple of things. I want to go to the run, and anytime you're running any type of option offense, you're going to have quite a bit of QB runs. Well, this offense actually does, and I was real surprised. So like if you go to the Air Force, Army, Navy option playbooks, you're going to see a ton of QB runs, but this playbook isn't really designed around that. If you're going to run with your quarterback, you need to do it a little bit more with just your option plays, which is not a bad thing. You got basic QB blast, you got that fake jet pass power, you got halfback direct snap, but that's not even for the quarterback. Then you got your QB sneak, got a goal line homer. I just wanted to point that out. Again, most people kind of expect a lot of QB run in this, but it's only option for the most part. And when you go over the pass, I just want to point out a couple of things. Play action, we got a ton of play action here. 71 play actions. That's an absolute ton for this type of offense. I was really surprised by that. And when it comes to your screens, 31. I think that's a high number of basic screens with your slips and your mid screens, things of that nature. Okay, now let's go over to concept and let's look at some of these a little bit more. Let's go over to the run. I want to highlight the main ones that you need to pay attention to. So these are your basic runs. Inside zone, this is obvious. This is where most run games start. You keep on going. We do got 10 outside zones. I would add that and make it an emphasis in your playbook. Then we got 12 power if you need to pull a guard or something. But notice we got some duo in here. Some people think duo is not power. You're kind of just really double teaming defensive linemen and such, but you notice that motion duo right there. Nobody pulls. I'm going to go ahead and just call it. Nobody pulls or anything on the line. You're just double teaming guys up the middle, whoever they're closest to. But in this game, they call it a power concept, which is fine. Let's see. I think that is it. So everything's going to be inside zone, outside zone, and some power. But let's go over to the option. So we have 16 load options. This is more my favorite type of option, just basic pitch type stuff. We got a midline, 26 read options. So this is kind of important in your playbook. If you're going to run any type of option, you may want to base it, a lot of it around here. You got 7 shovels. I think that's a good number of that. 16 speed options. If you go over here to load, those are the same ones. And then we got 33 triple options. So the entire offense is built around this right here. If you don't like to run triple, I mean, you can still use this playbook, but you're just kind of missing out on what this offense is all about. We do got some RPOs, but if you notice, they're just not many. The highest one we have here is some basic alerts where you see some glances, some bubbles, some hitches, things of that nature, but not a whole lot. This is not an RPO offense. Let's go look at the quick passing game. The big one here is going to be slant. We got 13 of these, and that's kind of it. You got 8 stick, but slant and stick kind of go together, but I would stick to all these first and foremost. I don't know how much of quick passing you will do. It'll be very situational because you're going to be running the ball so much. This kind of negates doing any quick passing. And you notice that the play counts here, we have way more deep than medium pass plays. That's because you run the ball and attack the short field so much. Medium just isn't needed as much, but we still got 80 plus plays here. So let's look at them. You got 7 choice, you got 11 curl, and we got 9 double moves. But you notice some of these other ones, we just got low numbers of a little bit of everything except smash. This is usually the most common medium pass concept in the game. So you just got basic high-low stuff. Pick the ones you like, whether it's your flag hitch, classic smash, or if you like corner, flat, things of that nature. We actually got 9 spot. I was surprised we had this much spot in this offense, but if you like the basic wide corner stuff, it's kind of no different than your smash in a sense. And that's kind of it. So it's just kind of choice, curl, and smash, and double moves. You may want to do more double moves than usual, but kind of notice this isn't really a concept in my opinion. This is just a random route that's got a double move in it, and they just kind of dump it there. Let's look at the deep passes. Again, we got way more here. Come back. Make sure you prioritize it. There's plenty of it in here. You keep on going. There are plenty of flood. I love flood. Usually a backside band beater, and you're just flooding one side with a zone series of some sort. 19 verticals. So all that running you're going to do, you're going to mix in a lot of this vertical on top of that. So especially plays like this, motion PA verticals, show them that same look. And then you throw the verticals on top of that. The defense won't know what to do with it. Let's see. We have 14 shots. It's kind of the same thing, but notice motion PA sail. There's that same pre-snap motion. I would use that one more so than like a couple other ones here. But again, it's just up to you. We got 15 switch. This is actually kind of common. So the flex bone passing attack is very run and shoot based in a sense. So it doesn't shock me that they would emphasize some switch, basic post wheel. And notice all this fun pre-snap motion. You can have a whole lot of fun. I'm going to go ahead and just call one here. Really cool that we can do some of this same pre-snap motion they're expecting, and then we can go out and let's see if I can get this play off. I'm going to get sacked. My offensive line got crushed on it. Either way, really cool that you can do stuff like this. Again, just keep throwing those same weird looks at them. And but just trick them with doing some runs and play actions. But we got 15 switch. So I wanted to point that out. Your play action, we looked at it earlier. There's plenty of play action in here, but the bulk of it, I would suggest you really focus on some slide. We got 11 of them in here. It just gets your tight end or your little receiver, whoever that may be, out in the flat for like a quick hit. It's not too bad there. And like your basic screens, the biggest ones we got here, we got several good flanker, pretty much wide receiver screens, just in different format. We got 17 halfback slip screens. Definitely use this. That's a good high number. And then we only have 5 mid screens. So the screen game is kind of important in this offense, but I mean, not really, but they're good for change up purposes. But that is it for this offense. Again, this is a very popular playbook. It's going to be, it just depends if you want to run a spread option offense with some of this true wild triple option wingback stuff. I think you'll like it. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later.